It is 9 p.m. as I'm recording this commentary right now. 9 p.m. at night, and I just woke up. That's what the fuck Domination has done to my sleep schedule. It's bad, people. It's gotten bad. For those that do be grinding Domination, y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about, bro. This shit is brutal. You catch a couple hours here and there when you can, but all of this is just one big fucking blur. And you don't remember most of it. You just know that you needed to finish it and you needed to have the cards at the end of the mode. And I don't know who the fuck they chose to give us, man. Mark Eaton and then Bernard King for Fantasy Domination, and then this obscure ass nigga that played in Black and White days. You may know him from some legendary footage where he tried to give Chocolate Thunder the hands, or the fisticuffs, excuse me, that's the term they used back then. But the Domination rewards in general are just really fucking weird, man. I was concerned whether or not this was worth the time that I was spending, because Domination, each game is like at least 13 minutes, right? So, you know, a whole Domination is going to take you at least like 16, 17 hours to complete. And I'm sitting there wondering, like, yo, like, everybody's going to have the same reward. Everybody's going to have the same players on their team once they start, you know, finishing Domination. And I really dislike the fact that they didn't bring back that old method where they just gave us a pool of players and you could pick who you wanted. I think that made things more diverse, it made things more interesting, it made things more fresh, because everybody probably picked somebody different. You know, I think I remember picking Sean Marion, and there were lots of people who loved Steve Francis. So I really miss that way instead. I don't like that there's only one person that we can get. And also, if you've been paying attention to the polls in the background, you strictly only pull golds from these packs. It's a real dick move on 2K's part. I didn't like this either. You can't even pull silvers, and you wanna know why that's even more of a dick move? Because the silvers of the current collection, some of them fuckers are going for like 3 to 5 to 7. I've seen somebody sell a silver player for 10k so far, just because people need to complete these collections in order to fill their pay to win erection. So at least if they did let us pull the silvers too, you could make some more MT off of this. But Domination, I can see why some people would not be motivated to play it this year. The rewards are bland and you're not really getting much. So I understand if you do not want to commit the hours to complete Dom, but I do still think in the long run this is a really good commitment of time as far as building your team this early in the game. Because the only other way you're going to get a diamond or over player for playing the game is if you go through the sweat of MyTEAM Unlimited and go 12-0. And I'll do that eventually, but I at least want to have a really good team first. And even though, like, all of these players are really fucking shit, I think the best things that I got from Domination are the things that I didn't record from the packs that I got. Meaning, the court packs and the logo packs helped finish. I think they had the same thing in the collections last year, where if you collected like the jerseys from the historic teams and stuff like that, you got the Ruby Penny and the Ruby Bill Russell. This year, if you finish those jersey and court and logo collections, you get reward tokens, and you actually get a hefty, decent amount of them to make it actually worth it when you look back at like the entirety of completing Domination. Because looking at it before I started Domination, I was like, I don't want to do this shit, man. Look at these weird rewards. Like, is this worth the time this year? But then by the time I finished Dom and I did get up to this Mark Eaton card right here, who is, I think, quite underrated. I'll get to a second and show you why, because they actually gave him the David Robinson form with the left hand and everything. That shit looks sexy as fuck. His mid-range is only in like the 60s, but with a form like that, I'm kind of fucking with this card. It makes it more viable, and his standing dunk is high as fuck. So hopefully this Eaton actually turns out decent. This form alone, I think, makes him better than I imagined him to be. So I'm satisfied with that. And now looking at what I was saying before, if you're looking at all the tokens when you go through Domination, right, it's not that much. It's 5 per completing a division, but then you get 6 for each of the all-star teams that you beat, and then you get 16 for beating that final team with all the all-stars on it. And then in total, in entirety, for completing all of regular Domination, you get about 98 reward tokens. In Fantasy Dom, you get 8 tokens per division, and so forth. It's going to keep going up. So I still think Domination is viable. I still think it's worth the time commitment, but I understand why you might not be down. But after having not spent that much money on the game at all, I only spent an extra 50 on VC after the game dropped. I think I have a team right now that's good enough to go toe-to-toe with whichever person that wants to spend money and get amethyst and shit. Diamond people who are at the diamond market, fuck y'all, man. Y'all are ruining this shit, man. You make this not fun, fuck you. But I stand by saying, If you want to put together a good team, make it to that Ruby market, and get some equalizing motherfuckers on that squad of yours, man, still hit up Dom. At least do the first one.
Boy, stop. I'm just playing. Let me dap you up.